Hi everyone. Welcome back to yoga class. I'm glad you joined in today. Today we're going to be focusing on opening the hips and the heart. So our theme is going to be very much about releasing fear and cultivating love and compassion. And we'll start this class standing. So go ahead and come to the top of your mat. Once you get there, find a standing position that's comfortable for you. Some of you like to take the feet hip distance. Some of you find it more comfortable to have the big toes together, little space at the heels. Just decide how you want your foundation to be. Lift the toes, spread the toes, create space, and then bring them back down. Now with your arms by your sides, take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Close your eyes and simply notice your breath. Bring all awareness to the breath. Take a moment to choose any other intention you'd like for yourself, for your practice today. Inhale, bring that energy in. Exhale, open your arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up, fingertips towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, dive forward. Bend your knees to connect your palms to the mat. Step the right foot, toes to the back of the mat. Come onto your fingertips. Lower the right knee down. Reach the fingers up, and as you do this, press your hips forward. On your exhale, take your hands down to the mat. Slide the left foot back. Bring the left knee in line with the right. Now bend your elbows, lower chest and chin to the mat. Bring your belly and your thighs to the mat. Lift the chest, send the shoulders back, gaze forward. Extend your arms, lift your hips, find your down dog. Now, if this is your first down dog of the day, you might want to take a couple rounds of breath here, setting up your alignment, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Inhale, lift and lengthen the right leg. Exhale, bend your knee, take it under the body. Step it forward. Bring the left knee down. Lift the fingers up. And as you exhale, take the hands down, step the left foot in line with the right. Come into a forward fold. Stay in the fold. If your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees. And slowly rise up, lifting your fingers to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down the midline. Open the arms by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. If your hands don't meet the mat, bend your knees to make the connection. Now step the left toes to the back of the mat. Come onto your fingertips. Lower the left knee down. Lift the arms up. Press the hips forward. Feel a nice opening at the left hip flexor. Take the hands down to the mat. Slide the right foot back. Bring the right knee in line with the left. And then lower down, bending the elbows, connecting the chest, and then the chin. Come on to the belly, the thighs. Lift the chest, Gaze forward. And then come into your downward facing dog. This time we're going to continue to move. Inhale, lift and lengthen that left leg. Exhale, step it through. Lower that right knee down. Reach the arms up. Press the hips forward. Feel the opening on the right side. And then exhale, take the hands down. Step the right foot in line with the left. Go straight into a forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up, gathering energy. Exhale, take the thumbs down the midline. Now take a pause here. Notice if your breath shortened with your movement. And if so, take time now to lengthen this breath. Inhale deeply all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Another deep inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, arms open by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. From here, hands connect down, right foot comes back, right knee comes down. Arms rise up, press the hips forward. Take the hands down. Left knee meets the right. Lower down. Rise up. Find down dog. Lift the right foot. Step it forward. Left knee down. Arms rise up. Press the hips forward. Hands come down. Left foot meets the right. Straight into your forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Left toes back, left knee down, arms rise up, press the hips forward. Exhale, take the hands down. Right knee meets the left, lower down in your way. Notice the breath. Notice the fluidity. Lift and lengthen that left leg, step it through, right knee down, arms rise up, press those hips forward. Take the hands down, right foot meets the left, go into your fold. We're gonna stay in the forward fold a little bit longer. Your arms can dangle. Your hands can reach for opposite elbows, framing your head with your arms. If you're taking this option, notice more traction in your spine. Let the spine decompress. Maybe rock the head from side to side. Maybe while you're here, you bend one knee at a time. As one knee bends, opposite leg straightens. And then on an inhale breath, rise up, palms meet. Thumbs to heart center. Separate the hands, open the arms out by the sides. We've got one more round. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Connect the hands, step the right foot back, right knee down. Lift the fingers, press the hips forward. Take the hands down. Left knee meets the right. Lower down. Rise up. Find your down dog. Right leg lifts, step it forward, left knee down, fingertips rise up, hands meet the mat, left foot meets the right, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Now, The left foot comes back, left knee comes down, fingers come up, hands come down, right knee meets the left, move through your flow. And once you get to down dog, lift that left foot, step it through, right knee down, lift the arms up, take the hands down, right foot meets the left, forward fold, arms rise up, thumbs to the heart center, pause here. In your pause, find your breath. Connect with your breath. Find expansion. Inhale all the way to the top of the breath until you can't take in any more air. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. And again. Hear the sound of each inhalation and each exhalation. With each inhale, taking in fresh, clean, new air. And with each exhale, letting stale, stagnant energy go. Inhale, reach the fingers up. Exhale, fold. Now, some of you might want to reach for some blocks if you have them at home to practice with. Taking the blocks outside of the feet, step your right toes back. So now we're in a supported lunge. As we set up in this supported lunge, you want your front knee tracking above that same ankle. Now, as you come into the supported lunge, position the blocks where it feels comfortable for you. I recommend wrists under shoulders. And then press that back heel back. Feel a deeper opening in the hip flexor. You might even shimmy forward and back, getting a deeper opening. Just taking a few heel presses. Now transitioning, lift your hips, straighten both legs. Some of you will continue to work with the blocks. Some of you prefer to bring your fingertips or your palms down to the mat. Now with both legs straight, practice folding your torso towards your front leg. So my left leg is forward, so I'm going to send my left hip back and my right hip forward. Once you do that, notice where you feel the sensation. And on your next inhale, shift forward, front knee bends, open that foot out to the edge of the mat. Position your hands in line with the foot. Coming into our lizard lunge, you can stay like this with straight arms. You can lower that back knee if that feels better. You can also bring your forearms down to the mat with your elbows in line with the arch of your front foot. So just play around with this. See how this feels. See what you need. Maybe that front knee even splays out. Now, if you're on your forearms, bring your palms back to the center of the mat in line with the front foot. If your knee is down, lift your knee. Use your energy to step your back foot forward. Take your toes to the edge of the mat and then lower your seat down. So now we're in Malasana, our yogic squat. Take your elbows to the inside of your knees to bring your thumbs towards your heart center. As the knees open, the hips open, the low back releases. Notice your breath. And playing around with this pose, maybe as you inhale, you shift weight into the toes. And as you exhale, you shift the weight into the heels. Take a couple more. Just one more. And once you find center, bring your hands down to the mat. Lift your hips. Let your feet be as wide as the mat. The edges of your feet right at the edges of the mat. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. If you want to go deeper in the fold, you might take your hands to your ankles and then pull your torso towards your thighs. Deepening the stretch, straightening the legs. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, heel toe the feet to hip distance. If you were working with blocks on the other side, go ahead and grab your blocks. Set yourself up, blocks outside of the feet. Now the opposite foot is going to step back. Set up for your supported lunge. Now this time, my right foot is forward, so I check to make sure that my right knee is tracking above my right ankle. Take the blocks where it feels appropriate to support yourself. Press your back heel back. Feel the front of the hip flexor opening up. And then maybe shift forward and back if that feels good in your body. You might even feel a nice calf stretch as you press the heel back. Now transitioning, lift the hips, straighten the legs. On your next exhale breath, fold towards your front leg. Remember, some of you are going to prefer to bring your hands down to the mat instead of working with the blocks. If your right leg is forward, send your right hip back, left hip forward. Breathe as you fold the torso towards the front leg. Transitioning on the inhale breath, shift that right knee forward. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Shimmy that right foot out. Now remember your options here. You might want to stay with straight arms. You might lower that back knee down. Or you might decide to come onto your forearms. If you're taking the forearm option, position those elbows in line with the arch of your foot. And simply breathe and let the opening happen. Remember, you also have the option of splaying that knee out, the front knee, getting external rotation in the hip. Wherever you are, straighten your arms, palms to the mat. If you're on your back knee, lift it. Use your energy to step your back foot outside of your hand. Come back into your squat position. Feel that out. Feel both hips. Maybe shimmy from side to side. Maybe forward and back. Whatever feels appropriate in your body. And then find center. Bring the hands to the mat. Lift those hips, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale. Savasana. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squat. And again, inhale, lift. This time, stay here. Soften the knees and slowly find your way to standing. And as you get to standing, heel toe the feet together. Inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, take the shoulders back and down. And again. Open your heart as the shoulders go back. And the next time the shoulders come down, let them relax there. Take your hands to your hips. Shift the weight to the right foot. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. You're setting up for your crescent lunge. Now, as you do this, you want the front knee above the ankle, just like we did before. Now, as we work with standing balance, activation, opening the hip flexor, let's take the hands behind the low back, interlace the fingers, press the palms together, take a little back bend, gaze up, open your heart. And then as you exhale, lower your torso down to the inside of your right leg, lift the fist up. Now release the hands down. Take both hands to the inside of the right foot. Swivel the left foot, rotating the toes. Walk the hands to the center of the mat. Rotate the right toes. Now look at your feet. Make sure they're in line with each other. So you don't have one foot forward and one back. Make sure they're on the same track. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Here you might take your hands to grab your ankles, pull your torso as if it's going to go between your legs. Release. Hands find center. Now the hands walk over to the left foot, left knee bends, right leg straightens, keep the sole of the foot down. Walk the hands over to the right, and as you do this, bend the right knee, left leg straightens, keep the sole of the left foot down. Let's try that again. This time, as you bend the left knee and the right leg straightens, see about rotating the right toes up towards the ceiling. If that's too deep, you can come back to the first option. Let's try that on the other side. Now, rotating the left toes up. And we'll take one more on each side. You choose which variation you'd like to take. And then we'll find ourselves back to center. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands over to your left foot, your back foot. Rotate the left toes to the back of the mat. Rotate, coming onto the right toes, lifting the right heel. And then rise up. Find your crescent lunge. Make sure the left knee is tracking above the left ankle. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers again. This time find the awkward grip. Press the palms together, open your heart, gaze up. And then exhale, lower your torso to the inside of your left leg, lift your palms up. Exhale, release them down. Take your hands to the mat. Step that left foot back, and then lower the knees down. As you lower your knees down, position yourself to tabletop. Hips above the knees. Wrist in line with the shoulders. Inhale, let your belly lower. Exhale, lift your back. Lift, lift, lift. Continue to move in this way. back to a neutral tabletop position. Keep the lower half of your body the way that it is and just walk your hands forward. Your hands might even come off the mat. Now lower your chest, lower your heart. Let your forehead connect to the mat. Let the forearms connect down. We're in our melting heart pose. Some of you might prefer to come onto your chin. You might even feel your heart tapping the mat. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing together. And if it's too much to be on your chin, come back onto your forehead. Slowly walk one hand at a time under the shoulders. And as you inhale, straighten the arms. Setting up for child's pose, open your knees the width of the mat, bring your big toes together, send your hips to your heels, extend your arms in front, wide knee child's pose for hip opening. Staying in your child's pose for a couple more rounds of breath. Maybe rocking your forehead from side to side. Slowly starting to come out. Walking your hands towards your body. Finding your straight spine, reaching the crown of your head up towards the sky. And from here, just lift the hips enough to bring your feet out to one side. Take the feet in front. It's time now to come into our Savasana. So whatever setup works for you, find that. Some of you like the star shape. Some of you prefer to have the knees bent. I recommend this if you're having low back issues. Some of you like to support the lower legs or the back of the knees with blocks. So take this time now to find what shape, what props, what layers, anything that you need to fully support yourself. And as you lay down, you might even take some circles with your big toes. And then opposite direction. Notice how nice it feels to have your entire back flat on the mat. It feels good after extension of opening the heart. And for those of you that want to continue to work on hip opening, I recommend bringing the soles of the feet together with the knees splayed out. Continuing to open those hips with that external rotation. For those of you that have tight hips, then you're going to want to take your blocks or pillows underneath your thighs for support. This way, the ground is being brought up to you by the blocks and you're not holding tension in your legs, okay? Well, once you find that perfect Savasana relaxation setup for yourself, tuck your chin towards your chest, let your eyes close. Now here, know that you can let yourself fully relax. I'm gonna let you know when it's time for Savasana to be over. So you don't even have to think at all, just enjoy. Settling yourself in even more. Deepen the breath. Deep inhalations. Slow exhalations. Take your time with your breath. Remember that this time is all about relaxation and integration of your practice. Give yourself permission to enjoy the peacefulness, this pause, this time, just for you. Continue to relax. Simply deepen the breath. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Invite the movement back into your body. Deepen the breath. Continue to move the body by taking any movements, postures, anything that feels good to come out of your practice today. And give yourself all the time that you need to transition from reclined to seated. Or stay longer if you'd like. Thanks so much for joining me today for hip and heart opening. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Namaste.